Right, good morning everyone. Got a nice little Squier Telecaster in here today. Now, story of this one, you'll not believe this, well you will believe this. Keeps cropping up. Shoddy shops, shoddy guitar techs, shoddy work and bullshit. I've just had a new client come in with this very nice looking Squier Telecaster. Anyway, he took it to a shop for a setup and he wasn't happy with it, so he took it back. And right there in front of him, we tuned it into D and says, it tunes into D alright, there's no buzzers, it's fine. Anyway, we tweaked the truss rod and says blah 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 blah. He says, yeah, but it's still buzzing down here, these frets are still buzzing. Guess what they told him? Oh, you'll never get rid of that. You'll never get rid of that. Right, this is your problem. Taking it to people that are not fit to do the job. Look for a proper guitar tech. Or if you go to a shop, ask to meet the guitar tech. If say, oh, he's not in ours, say, right, who is there? Find out who he is. There are loads of cowboys out there. There are loads of liars out there. There are loads of deceivers out there. I told him, you'll never get rid of that fret buzz. So he's got in touch with me. I laughed when he told me that. I said, mate, there's no reason that you should have any fret buzz ever on any guitar, no matter what guitar it is. Now I've picked up and played this guitar and I've plugged it in, I've had a little go on it. Beautiful, beautiful looking thing, look at it. While he was here, I had my neck level checker on the old neck there. Tiny bit of relief in there, which that's one thing we got right, just a little bit of relief, which we love. So I went across with the old fret rocker there, as you do. 3 high frets. I says, I'll sort him out for you, mate, no problem. Check your nut and all that. Going out of tune. Well, I've stretched the strings. Then I've stretched the strings again. Then I've stretched the strings again to get in tune. I says, yeah, the strings weren't stretched. Then I've looked at why he's getting buzz around here. I'm thinking, don't buzz that much. They've not radiused these saddles. They're more or less flat straight across. Well, if they're flat across and this has got a radius on it, the neck, it goes without saying that these 2 strings in the middle are going to be too low. So I'm going to re-radius that, get it done. So there you go with this guitar. It is a Squier Telecaster. Don't think it's any specific model. Crafted in China. Designed and backed by Fender, which we know about. It's got a Chinese serial number. Absolutely beautiful looking thing. And now I've actually had a 52 telly. I've had a couple of 52 tellies in lately. And this absolutely looks the part. It's got a nice maple neck, nice maple board there. It looks really nice. I don't know what these sold for. What, they're £350 or something? I covered the headstock and said to my missus, she come down and had a look. I said, come look at this guitar. She goes, oh, that's nice. I goes, how much do you reckon? She don't know a great deal about it. She knows a fair bit about guitars, but not everything. She goes, don't know, 500 used. You know? I said, no, it's probably won't even be that new. Squier. So it does look the part. It's got a nice weight to it. I'm going to, quite quick easy job on this, I imagine. I'm going to give it the thorough setup. I've got 3 frets to level. So I'm going to level, crown and polish those 3 frets. We're going to get the nut cut. He's got a little problem on the electrics, a little bit of static building up on pickup positions 3 and 2 on the split pickup and the neck pickup. I don't know why that is, because in the one position on the treble pickup there's no hum or buzz at all. So I'm going to have a quick look at the electrics. Told him I won't charge him for that. So have a quick look in there, see if I can see it. It might just be a matter of just pouring up with it. I don't know. I don't see why we should have some static in there. So that's it on this nice little Squier Telecaster there. I think the owner's gone away quite happy and confident that he knows he's going to get a good job on this. I don't know what shop did his, or he probably told me I wasn't listening. Well, I wasn't listening. I forget who he said now. The other shop who did this work on this. Anyway, I'll find out who they are, and you know, we'll see what's what. Anyway, I'm back with an update later. Right, I'm back with this lovely little Squier Telecaster for 52 style. I'll just come back, give a little update, show what we've already done on this guitar. It has not been radiused at this end, and how we do that is, what we need to do is we need to match the radius of a fretboard, which I actually knew to be 9.5 inch radius, Basically what it is take a circle 9.5 inches and the circumference out there gives you the radius curve, and that's radius from there to centre is 9.5 inches. So what we do is we take any one of a number of these radius gauges and then we take the 9.5 one, and what we do is to check that, basically what we're doing is first we check the neck radius itself. So bring it to the neck and we slide it on, stand it up, and the whole bottom of the curve of this radius gauge needs to hit the wood, which it does, so we know it's a 9.5 inch radius. So what we need to do then is we need to drag it across to the bridge up this end, and we need to make that radius exactly the same on these saddles by highering and lowering each one. Now I've already done that, so what I've done is now in effect is we've brought the middle two up and these two inside ones, and we've made, rather it being flat there, we've put that radius in there. So now we know each string is the same distance from the fretboard. Now once we measure where we need to be from the top of a fret to the bottom of a string on each side, we can make that arc exactly fit the arc on the neck. That's called radiusing. Well, I've done that. So now you'll see that we don't get any fret buzz anywhere. Take my word for it. This happens all up and down the neck on every single note. You can absolutely take my word for that, because I've done it, and there you go. So that's that done. The next thing we check is the intonation. Basically from here, the nut to the saddle is what we call the scale length, and on a Fender it needs to be 25.5. How we measure that is, we measure to the 12th fret, and that gives us a measurement of 12 3/4 inches. 12 3/4, that's exactly halfway. So what we need to do is, we pluck the note, it gives us an E, then we pluck the note at the 12th fret, gives us an E, another E, but an octave higher. And depending on whether the note here is sharp or flat, we alter the length of these saddles by bringing them forwards or backwards. Now, lo and behold, the intonation on this was absolutely bang on. We have to do this in pairs, so we take an educate, not so much an educated guess, but we get the best average across two strings. And I've checked it, the intonation actually is absolutely bang on. It's as good as you can get it, so no complaints here. So I've done that, stretch the strings, tune the guitar, check the neck level, blah 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 blah. I'm just going to check the action at the nut to make sure the strings are high enough above this first fret, otherwise we're going to go out to tune. And what I do is I take my first measurement, I'll accept anything 0.4 of a millimetre or less. Ideally you can go down to 0.25 of a millimetre, but 0.4 on a guitar, you know, on any guitar that's just, you know, is alright. We're good there, we're just getting a bit of buzz on 0.4. I want to hear that little bit of buzz, because I know if I drop down to 0.3 there's not going to be any buzz, and it's low enough. So that's it, that's absolutely fine, the action on that knot. I'm not going to lower that. When you get to like professional guitar players, lead players and stuff like that, you can drop this down to 0.25 of a millimetre. But 0.4 is absolutely acceptable there for me. I'm going to check the action on this fret. Anything up to 2 millimetres is good on the 12th fret for me. We're at just over 1.75, which is absolutely acceptable. And we're at 1.5, just over 1.5 on the top E. That's from the top of the fret to the bottom of the string. The action on that is absolutely perfect for me. So we've got the action done, we've got the intonation done, we've got rid of all the fret buzz, the nut's cut right, we've stretched the string so it stays in tune perfect. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to blob on and I'm going to get the 3 high frets done. So one of the reasons I'm going to check which of these frets are high. There you go. Now we know we go across 3 frets at a time. We don't forget a rock, we know one is high, so we're going across these 3. So fret 3 is high. All I'm going to do is, I could write it down on a piece of paper. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to mark 3 off with a red pen, and so I know that's the one I need to be working on. We don't worry about the marker on this because it's going to come off anyway when I polish the frets later. So I'm going to go across, as you do, and just check that we're all alright on the rest of the frets. I know there's a couple more. When it comes to frets, you'll be looking at about £5 each, or £5 per fret. I know there's 2 more on here. I can't find them at the moment. Well, if I don't do any more, I'm not going to charge him for them. 1 high fret so far. I'm going to check that again, come right back with it. Good thing about this is you're witness with me. Now when he was here we found 3 high frets, but the 2 were only very slight. Now what I'll do is I'll go across these again when I've got the strings off and the neck, the truss rod altered on the neck. And we'll go across again. Oh, praise be, well praise the Lord, because there's 1 high one there. And that's it, 1 high one. There you go. So I'm going to blow on with that. I'm going to get the strings off now. I'm going to alter the truss rod so we get the neck dead straight. I'm going to go across these frets again. I'll come back with the camera in a bit. We'll see where we are. Right, so here we go. Took the strings off. The neck, where it had a bit of relief in now, has bowed slightly back. So the neck actually has pulled itself back into a perfectly level position. As you can see, I've got the, just take my word for it, I've got the neck level straight edge on there. It's perfectly flat now, so what I'm going to do is I've been across with the fret rocker again, and like I said, there were 3 frets needed, got a little bit of rock on there, needed levelling, so I've actually found them. And if you just listen, can you hear that? It's a 10th fret, 5th fret, and 3rd fret. So that's the 3 frets we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level these. Really simple on this. I'm going to go across with my, I'm going to get the, stick one of the old fret guards on there, whichever one fits. Got an array of fret guards there. I'll probably go with the, I've got a fat one I think. And I'm just going to skim over the top of these, here you go, here's one. We're just going to whiz over there, we're going to skim over the top of the frets. I'm going to take my super sharp cutting file, my number 4 is it, and I'm just going to whiz over the top, just take the level down. It's only in the centre, we need to be reduced, and then I'm going to re-crown with the crowning file, blah 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 blah, and that's going to be it. And I'll get back to you in a bit when I've finished that, and we'll get the setup finished. Right, back again with a quick abrupt date. That's a quick update to you lot. All the frets are done. Levelled all the frets, the 3 that needed doing, down here, here and here. There's no rock on any of the frets now. Absolutely brilliant. We had number 5, didn't we? There you go. And we had number 10 up here. So alright, done the centre and the edges where they needed doing. Went over with my number 5 or number 4, I think it's a number 5 file. Made by Banco, really good file, got this from Portugal, beautiful file, nice and sharp. Went over with the crowning file and finished off by hand with my triangular crowning file with ground smooth edges, so we can't damage the guitar when we come in and we do a roll. But with this we basically just come in and we do a roll over and we take any burrs off the edges, put that little crown back in. So that's all done on there. I've also been across. There's all grime on the pick guard around the guitar, a bit of hand sweat and stuff like that's accumulated over the months. That's why I've got this cloth out here. I've gone across, get it a quick clean with some Dunlop gubbins, because I love Dunlop 65 gear. I've got plenty of it. Got out here, got polish, got lemon oil, blah blah. I love 65 because I was born in 65, so made for me that gear. So been over, give it all a clean and polish, got all the grime off, done the radius. All the frets are done. I didn't need to cut the depth of these slots anymore than they're already cut, but I wanted to flare them wide a bit. So what I've done is I've gone in with my nut slot files. These are Hosco brand, these are the best. They're expensive, 75 quid a set, but they're super razor sharp. And I've gone in, and what I've done is I've just gone in, and what I've done is I've gone side to side, just like this, just to flare those slots open a little bit more, and we turn over and we go again. Not to cut any more depth in there, just to flare. so it stops the string binding. And once I'd done that, I've done it across all 6 strings. Once I'd done that, I went in with my welder's type tool jobby here, and I've gone in and we've just we've found one that virtually fits whatever gap. And all we've done is we've just gone in there and we've taken out any residue. We've not found anything. So like I say, we've not gone deeper. We've just taken out, we'll just flared them slightly bit wider so the strings are not going to bind in there anymore. I'll measure again once the strings are on above this fret, see where we are, if I need to alter anything. But we're looking all good there. So I'm going to put my files away now. And where's this tool? I'm going to need that tool again in a bit. Get the files away, get them out of the way. And you might have noticed I left the strings on this guitar, which is something I very, very rarely do. There's a reason I had to leave the strings on, and that is, it's a string through design on these guitars. Your strings go through your body, and you see the owner wanted these strings leaving on. Now look at that, there's no way I'm going to get that back through these holes in the body. So what I've had to do is, these two I've just left hanging. Makes the job a bit more awkward, but work around it, and I've wound these up on it because I've put the same strings on. But anyway, we've got by that, no problem. So I'm going to put the strings back on now. A couple of things I also need to do. I'm going to check these tuners underneath, make sure all the screws are in there tight. Everything looks good there. String tree's absolutely fine. Beautiful quality string tree there. None of your cheap pap you normally get on the cheaper Squiers. This is a good gear. Is that spring loaded? No, it's not. Sometimes they are on certain guitars. I know they are on Levinson Blade guitars. Anyway, I've been across all the frets. We've got them all a polish, cleaned up the fingerboard. I've given this all a wipe over, polished the chrome on this pickup here. We've got the radius done here, the intonation's all done. So the guitar is set up. Before I put it back together, I'm not going to do this on camera, but before it's all back together, I'm going to have a look under this pick guard, see what's what, see if I can see any loose wiring or solder anywhere. And I'm going to take this off and have a look inside. I'm not going to do that on camera, I'm going to do it off camera. Time I come back with the next update, I'm going to have all this done, going to have the strings back on, going to have the guitar set up. It will be done today. I told the owner he can come back Monday for it, but if he's up for it tonight, later, maybe he can come back for it tonight. Get it all done in the one day there, because I'm sure he's anxious to get it back. And so that, for now, that was the abrupt date. I'm going to crack on, and I'll be back to you later. Right, we're back with the Squier Telecaster. Came in, fret buzz everywhere. He took it to a shop who told him you'll never get rid of that fret buzz. What complete bunkum. I've done a proper setup on it, re-radiused the saddles, widened the nut slot slightly, filed and re-crowned 3 frets, checked the truss rod, again that a little tweak on my truss rod, stretched the strings, most important thing, and plays fine, all the chords stay in tune. A D, G, E flat, C, F, B, everything's fine. So the guitar plays fine, there's no fret buzz anywhere. We're getting a lot of fret buzz all around everywhere. It should be absolutely fine. So yeah, fantastic. All set up. I've let the owner know it's all ready for collection. So how's that? Dropped it off at 11. It's not 4 o'clock yet. 5 hours turnaround. He's on his way to pick it up. Nice guitar. That little bit of static you've got in there, I've not touched the electrics or anything. I wasn't commissioned to do any of that. Everything's been tweaked, tightened up. I'm just going to check these strap pins, make sure they're tight enough. Just give a little turn on the tuner screws, and the guitar is all ready to collect. So, going to get this video edited, get it all done up. Get a video posted this afternoon, later on after football, and we'll have a video up tonight. It'll be up on YouTube, up on my Facebook channel. So this is Victor Christian from Christian Guitars and Fret Friend, out there on Facebook, facebook.com/NGONESEVEN, which is NG17. You've also got fretfriend.net and christian-guitars.com. they're all my websites. Like I say, like I started this video, another case of it's taken to a shop and it's just pathetic service. If you're going to take your guitar to a shop, ask to see the luthier or the guitar tech in the shop. If you've not got one in the shop, ask them why not, and ask them who it is, and now you can contact him, talk to him direct. Don't take it to any 2-bit, not even a 2-bit shop. Take it to a shop, find out who the guitar tech is. Now we all know my hoo-ha with various shops I've had lately, and some people spreading lies about me. They know they're lying, and they're going to be held accountable for those lies. That's another story. You want your guitar fixing, take it to someone who you can trust. The lad's come here and met me today, doesn't know me from Adam. He's liked my videos, he's come and met me today. He's gone away pleased as punch. He's now coming to fetch his guitar. I know for a fact he won't have to bring his guitar back. I know for a fact his guitar is superbly set up. So this is Victor Christian signing off for now, telling you boys and girls out there, be good to each other, and I will see you soon.